Good morning, everybody. We are on I-90 heading eastbound in Illinois right now. We're approaching I-39 split in Rockford, Illinois. We're on our way to Belvidere, which is not far from here, to pick up a Walmart load. Yeah, I'd go either of these two directions here from the 90-39 split. I can either stay on 90 east and get off at the next exit, which is Irene Drive, and use it, or I could take 39 south, which I'm going to go ahead and do this time. Last time I did a video picking up in Belvidere coming from Tomah, I took the 90 east side over to Irene. This time I'm going to take 39 over to US 20. I didn't take US 20 over to Irene Drive. You'll see on 20 and 90 or 39, whatever you want to call it, they're 90, I guess I would say, yeah, crisscross each other before you get to Irene. So it's kind of a trade-off which way you go. I don't know one way is particularly any faster than the other, or very similar time as far as I know. The load's going to be going to Sparks, Nevada, to the Walmart DC there. A quarter mile from here to the exit for 20 East. Watch what we got on it, man. Okay, so sound there, you're probably getting a pretty good idea now about my coolant issue. That was one of the things I do want to talk about, because I did show a post about how I have a cracked radiator, or a very small, at least a small crack in a radiator. It's enough to make a big mess of my engine bay. But I'm not losing all of my coolant. I only lose a certain amount of it, and then it stops losing it. But it loses enough for as this happens. This warning sound that you're hearing now warning me that my coolant level's low. Get up to speed here. Make sure I can get over. We're good. Alright, so I just yesterday, because I ended up getting some JB Weld, but I was delayed on putting it on because I couldn't put it on if my engine was always running. And on top of that, I wanted to get some nitrile gloves or latex gloves, I didn't really care which, something that I could use to lather the thing in my hands. So I got the water weld version of JB Weld. Really, it's just in like this plastic wrap thing. You just take a chunk of it out and then start, just kneading it in your hands to get the activator and the epoxy itself to mix up, and then you put it on the. I don't know if I want to move over now. And then you put it on whatever the surface is you're trying to repair, and then it hardens as it gets air. Now, I just finally had a chance to do that yesterday while I was sitting at the Quick Trip in Tomah. So I got that knocked out. I just don't know if I did a good enough job of putting it on there, so I don't really know if I'm still leaking at all, but I did put more coolant in while I was stopped at the Petro in Portage, Wisconsin, right before coming here. And it's still giving me that though, so whether it's just not enough or if it's leaking out, I don't know. We'll find out as time progresses. Let's say I do still want to. There's one little spot in the middle, like right on the back side of that piece that I was talking about, that the coolant hose hooks up to, that I might want to reseal. It looked like it was kind of a questionable seal right there. So slow but painstaking process there a bit, I guess. Alright, we're going to have a light coming up here for Irene Drive. I don't even have my map up right now because I'm familiar with the area, so I'm just I'm going to stay here in the left lane because I know it's not too far up the road before I hit Irene Drive. And I see a four-way coming up. That could very well be Irene Drive for all I know. Yeah, there's a traffic light up there. I think that's going to be Irene. Alright, so that's the status on the coolant problem. Alright, let's watch this F-150 now. Come on, we're going to get up to speed, or am I going to have to slow down for you? Alright, good. Good boy. Alright, so other issues now. I did talk in my, I think, Leprino pickup video about how the pinched nerve in my back that was causing sciatica pain. And probably are interested in knowing how that's going. I know I was just talking to Carl Green about that issue on the phone because he was just watching that video not long ago. Yeah, this is Irene Road right here. So I'm going to make the left here. I do still have the pinched nerve, or at least some swelling. It's a little sore, I guess, on the back, and then I still get some soreness on in my left hip area. And my right leg feels kind of weak, I would say, where it almost feels like it weighs like 100 pounds or something, or when it might really only weigh, let's just say 30, 40 pounds or something. Yeah, I can walk normal, but I definitely notice that it's weaker, like, especially when I go up steps or down steps or whatever. It's noticeable that it's on the weaker side of what it normally is. Yeah, so that is still going on. I'm hoping, as the swelling goes down, it gets back to normal. I'm assuming the swelling will go down, but we'll see. All right, something else there now I didn't really talk much about the trip over to Tomah because I had such a short intro. Basically short amount of time to work with between the truck stop in Tomah and the Walmart DC. So I made it a plan to talk about it here. Watch my addendums. Yeah, we're good. So we'll talk about that. All right, my first sling out of Colton, I intended to try to get up to, I was going to try to get to Green River, Utah. I wasn't sure if I could reach Green River, but I was going to try. So, yeah, but either way, I was going to try to get close. If nothing else, at least go over to Salina, Utah. Some people call it Salina. I call it Salina. I was going to go there. But I never even made it because before I got to Barstow, there was a crash that actually had the northbound side of 15 closed, though, in between Barstow and Yermo. And then when I was looking up the incident info for that, because I was going to stop in Barstow anyway to get a bite to eat before continuing. And I'd seen where the crash in Barstow was, and I had a plan to detour around it. I was going to detour around it by taking I-40 over to Daggett Road, and then take Daggett Road up to basically at I-15 and get around it that way. But that wasn't so much the issue, because by the time I got out of Barstow, it was cleared up. Or they were in the cleanup stage of it, but the lanes were open and traffic was flowing nicely through there again. Problem was, though, before I got to Barstow, when I was looking at the info about that incident, there was another incident I saw in the logs that was much further up north at the 167 mile marker on I-15 in Kelly. Can't do phone calls right now. Now the 167 mile marker, that would be right by while you're going up what you call Mountain Pass. Now, if you look on the map, you're going to see the town of Baker, California, about 65 miles north of Barstow. And from there, it's about a 50-mile drive from there to the Nevada state line. And now, going from Baker, you go up like this 20-mile long uphill grade, what we call the Baker grade. Now when you get up to the top, it's called Halloran Summit. You start going down into this big bowl. Basically, you go down one hill and then straight up another. You can see from one peak to the other while you're going down that. And so they call that Halloran Pass. And then we start going up the other side. That's Mountain Pass, or the west side of Mountain Pass. And then there's the town of Mountain Pass. Where that truck just turned right there, up in that neck of the woods, is where we're going to turn right. There are two Americold facilities. One of them's right here on this street that I'm passing right now. That is the chilled facility, and I'm going to be going to the frozen facility, which is over here on Imran. I think that's what the name of the street was. I don't think it's this street. I think it's where that three-way is at. So anyway, that crash, that didn't happen at like 4 p.m. I got up to that rest area. Yeah, it is Imran Drive. Got to the rest area at 9 p.m. And well, of course, I knew about the incident when I was still in Barstow, but I still had at least an hour and a half drive, and it was an earlier incident too. So I figured, oh yeah, it'll probably clear up or something by the time I get over there. So I wasn't paying much attention to the traffic, as long as I wasn't seeing any new incidents pop up on my. So I get push notifications from Twitter from this bot account that I used. That I don't use it. I follow it to track if there are any new incidents that I might want to know about. I didn't see anything new, so I figured, oh yeah, we're hunky dory. And I get over there. And I'm starting to go down Halloran Pass, and I just see nothing but brake lights going up Mountain Pass. So I'm like, great, we got a problem here. There's a lot of trucks here. I'm not against blindsiding. This guy looks like he's getting ready to. Why they got the? Oh man, you serious? I don't know why they got these cones here now. Alright, I'm not against blindside, like I say, but these cones are going to screw me up now. So, but I have this open area here that I can go ahead and use to set up a straight back end. So we'll do that instead. Get all the way over to the end next to that drop trailer there. Get plenty of room for other people to set up to back in these other spots. Well, we need to reset here. I don't like the angle too much. The way my trailer was pointing toward that other trailer, so I intentionally straightened out sooner to keep it and make sure I'd stay clear of the other trailer. Now we can worry about getting our tandems in the center of the spot. Alright, we look good there now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and shut off this engine so we don't keep having this thing going on. It is currently 11:12 in the morning, local time. I'm not due for pickup here until 2000 tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and head over there to the shipping office pretty soon here and just double check, because sometimes we do live loads here, sometimes we do drop hooks, and I want to know in advance if it's going to be a drop and hook. Then I can leave my reefer unit off, and then I can check in, and maybe they can call me when it's ready or something. Or if it's a live load, I'll need to know that too, because I'm going to need to pre-cool my trailer before it's time to dock in. So those are all details I'm going to need to get info on. So I'm going to at least check in there. Don't really expect to leave here till the night. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and finish talking about the trip over there, because I don't know how much time I'm going to really want to spend talking about everything on once I'm loaded and out of here. But anyway, yeah, I had that accident there. It was a Amazon semi, or a contractor pulling an Amazon trailer, basically. It got mixed up with a pickup driver. According to the incident, the pickup driver was driving erratically and recklessly, so it kind of gave the impression that the pickup driver actually caused it. Amazon drivers do tend to have a bad reputation. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but we see plenty of drivers out here. Those of us who are truckers, we see plenty of Amazon drivers out here who just do a lot of really stupid and aggressive, whatever, insert whatever stupid thing you can imagine there, stuff. I even have a video right here on my channel of I think I was in the Walmart fleet before I came to JCT, but I don't know, it could have been with JCT, but I know I was going southbound. I was live streaming it, and I ended up making a clip of it and posting the clip separately as well on my channel. It was the Valley of Fire Moapa exit, that exit 75 in Nevada on I-15, basically about 25-30 miles north of Las Vegas. I'm approaching that off-ramp, and I come across this Amazon driver who's trying to go the wrong way up the southbound off-ramp. And I'm on the southbound side, and I look over there and see him going the wrong way on it. And there's like 3 cars all on the off-ramp trying to get, 2 or 3 wanting to get off the freeway, and their path was blocked now by this Amazon driver. So, and I'm passing by, and I see the Amazon truck kind of slowly backing its way back out, like after because they just figured out that they're stupid and went the wrong way. So that's one example. I've seen plenty other. I could tell some stories. It'll take too much time to talk about with some of the stupid stuff I see drivers pulling Amazon trailers doing. So we'll just say they don't have a very good reputation among the trucking community. I know that for me, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily single them out. Like, just because they have an Amazon trailer doesn't automatically mean they're a shitty driver, but there's plenty of them out there who do stupid stuff. It's kind of like Swift or other certain companies. Don't need to go into too much detail there, though. Alright, so that crash, though, was still getting cleaned up, and they were down to 1 lane when I got to the rest area, like 5 hours, actually more than 5 hours after the original incident happened. And it was just bogged down, so I just went ahead and parked it. Didn't want to deal with that, so parked at the rest area there. That's right down at the bottom where Halloran Pass and Mountain Pass meet up. And I figured I'd just wait it out. Oh yeah, they'll clean up the mess and I'll open the lanes back up and it'll start moving just fine and I can get moving. I can do a split or whatever. And just whenever I can get moving again, I get moving again. I had plenty of time to work with. I think my original ETA was like midnight going into early tomorrow yesterday, and my load wasn't due until this morning at 3:20. I didn't know what time today was due at that time, but I knew it was going to be at least after midnight this morning, so I had tons of time. I had enough time to do 2 10-hour breaks that I didn't even really need to take along the way if I really wanted to. So that's how much abundance of time I had. So I just, screw it. I'll just camp out at the rest area, get some rest, get some video editing done and all that, and wait it out. Figured a couple hours later at most will be cleared up. You get to 2.5 hours in, and not a bit has changed yet. It is still just as busy, just as backed up then as it was when I got there. And it's like, I give up. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a 10-hour break here. Call it a night. It's not what I wanted. I would have much rather been driving through the middle of the night when traffic's a lot more quiet. Don't have so many stupid people to deal with, and even the not so stupid just don't have so many people on the way or whatever. Just kind of, it's just so more relaxing that night. That didn't quite work out though. Let's see what Hirschbach's doing. He might be trying to back into one of these spots here. He might try to get into one of these spots that right here by me. So, yeah, Yeah, he looks like he's going to set up straight back in next to me. Smart choice. That's exactly what I did. You started your turn a little bit early there, but no, actually you had a pretty good idea there. Because he wanted to get his tandems far enough over. That Dieter trailer there right in front of me kind of limited him from starting his setup turn. Not to mention he was too far over in the lane too, I think. So he had to start his turn sooner than when I started mine. Anyway, yeah, he's looking good. It was yeah, I was watching this setup. It looked like he started turning too early on that left, but he exaggerated it, or kind of altered it a little bit intentionally to let the tandems get further over in this direction, and then he came back over. And actually a really nice setup, I thought. Really nice job. Well done there, Hirschbach. Anyway, yeah, by the time I got done, I did a full 10-hour break, and I get rolling again in the morning, and that accident was still getting cleaned up. They were still down to one lane, but at least the traffic conditions were much lighter at the time, and had no problems just breezing right through there, even though only the left lane was open. It was quite a mess, though. The tractor and the trailer both burned to the ground, from my understanding. I saw the trailer. I never saw the tractor. The trailer was completely destroyed by fire. And I know from the incident log that the pickup also caught fire and was probably destroyed. So, yeah, it was quite the mess. So that kind of caused me to put a curveball in my plan. So from there, I ran from there to Grand Junction, Colorado. And if you guys watched my Walmart pickup video, you saw that I posted about the cotter pin, the clevis pin and cotter pin for the right front slack adjuster being missing. So I ended up, when I got to Grand Junction, I went ahead and went into the tire shop there and was able to buy a clevis assembly. Sometimes the shops will actually either just give you or sell you the clevis pin and the cotter pin. Usually if they sell it at all, it's like just like maybe $3 or $4 is usually what they charge, and I just put it on my trip sheet to get reimbursed if anything. Or like in this case, they couldn't sell me just the clevis and the cotter pin because they don't have them as spares, and the only way they get them is by using the whole entire clevis assembly that the slack adjuster and the brake crank hook up to. And those actually come with the clevis pins and cotter pins. So I ended up buying that for like $17. Put the clevis pin in myself, made the adjustment on the brake, and everything was hunky-dory there. The auto inflate hose that I talked about in that video, I still have not fixed it yet, but because the hours that I was driving, it was, I guess he's dropping his trailer. Yeah, the hours I was driving, I wasn't willing to, because it was a trailer issue, not a tractor issue, I wasn't willing to pull out of my spot and risk not having a place to park afterwards. So that's why I didn't get it fixed when I was in Grand Junction. And it's not really a real issue anyway. The tire holds there just fine. It doesn't need to have auto inflate hose on it. It's one of those that should have it. More than likely, a mechanic who replaced that tire, which it looked like it was done pretty recently, just didn't put the hose back on when they put the tire back on. It turned out, I was talking to our breakdown people, it turned out the two rear tires on that same axle, on the axle right behind it, actually both got replaced because of a blowout in Kentucky, I think it was, he said, and so that had some work done. And here's another reason where it's, mechanics, you guys got to do a better job of, taking more pride in your work, all right? Missing things like the auto inflate hose when there's one actually on there. Well, why isn't the other one on there? I just don't feel like it, probably. Well, I shouldn't make assumptions like that, but that's a possibility. But The right mud flap was also, I could tell it was also just replaced. Yeah, obviously related to that blowout that it had. And anyway, I didn't catch it the first time. I saw that it had a new mud flap on it, and that it was securely on there. But what I didn't catch was it had a zip tie over on the left side of it that was making contact with the tire. Maybe, I don't think it was making contact with the tire when I first hooked up to it or something, but by the time I stopped and started doing my next pre-trip at the rest area there in California, I saw it was actually touching the right rear inner tire. And the zip tie, how was it even touching that if it was cut like it was supposed to be? Usually when you tighten a zip tie down, you're supposed to cut off all the excess all the way up to where the locking device is on the zip tie. But whoever put it on there did not do that, and all extra was just going right across and making contact with the tire. So ended up cutting that off, and it's just another case of mechanics being half-assed with their work, doing shoddy maintenance. Now I'm a retired Air Force aircraft mechanic, so take some pride in your work, guys. If you're going to be doing work at all, do the job right or don't do it at all. That's my thought on it. Don't be lazy like that. All right, so those are the trailer issues, and that. There's also issues with the Loves in Aurora. Illinois, or no, Nebraska. Yeah, Aurora, Nebraska. I remember stopping there. Stopped there for a 10-hour break. I really thought about stopping at the Bosselman, over there in Grand Junction, but I wanted to go a little further down the road before absolutely stopping. So ended up stopping in Aurora instead. Everything was fine. Problem was when I get over to I wanted a shower I knew I was going to want to shower either at Bosselman or there, and I wanted to be further down the road also, so I have a shorter shift on the last leg. So I'm thinking, all right, I'll stop at Love's. I got shower credits there. Normally I prefer to do my showering right before I start driving. That way I feel all fresh and ready to go when I start my day. So I didn't shower when I first got there in the evening, and then I want to shower at like 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, whatever it was. And I set up my shower reservation on the app, and it says basically nobody else waiting in line, and that I'm next. I ended up sitting there waiting for like 15 minutes, and it never assigned me a shower room. So I'm like, what the hell? I give up. I'm just going to go ahead and start my pre-trip. Go hit the fuel island and get some more fuel. Then I'll run inside and use restroom, drink, and all that, and come back out and get rolling. And I figure I'll just do the shower when I do my 30-minute break instead. Then I go into the building. I start coming up to the building, and I see there's a sign on the door saying showers are down till 7 a.m. Like, you guys couldn't have something on the app telling me that the showers are not in use right now, or they're out of order or whatever. It wasn't that they're out of order. It was that they only had one person working there at the time, and she had to maintain stay at the cash register, or stay in the front store area. They didn't have anybody available to maintain the showers overnight, so they just couldn't they couldn't open up the showers for anybody to use until 7 a.m. when the day shift crew showed up. So that kind of annoyed me. I ended up having to stop at the Loves in Ellsworth, Iowa on I-35 going up toward Minnesota before I could finally get a shower. And I finally finished out my shift yesterday at the Quick Trip in Tomah. Got myself a bite to eat again at that whatever that sports bar, something 20 sports bar, right down the street from the Quick Trip there. And That time I wasn't so impressed. I got a ribeye with a baked potato. Yeah, I had a Blue Moon, whatever, and then the ribeye was not the best cut of ribeye I've ever had. I wasn't impressed at all with it. And it was a little bit on the bland side, too. I mean, it was cooked okay, but it was a little bit too bland for my taste, and I had to use A1 on it, and that's that kind of number one rule. If I have to use A1, then you've done something wrong with the prepping on the meat. I shouldn't have to do that. Yeah, it is what it is, so... that's got enough story to tell on that one, I guess. And then finally, I was having Qualcomm issues all day yesterday, and I think the previous day. In fact, when I stopped in Ellsworth for my, I ended up wanting a nap and a shower there. I get there, and now every like half hour or whatever it was, my Qualcomm kept rebooting on me. And so I get to Ellsworth. And of course, it had to conveniently be inconvenient right before I'm getting off the freeway there. I'm thinking, all right, hopefully it's done rebooting by the time I get my parking spot. Nope, not so. I get into the parking spot, and I'm sitting there waiting 3, 4, 5 minutes. I want out of driving status. It won't let me out of driving status because I can't get into the interface to change it. It was still stuck on loading applications, and then it finally decided to reboot again. And then by the time, once it finally decided to reboot again, is when, and this was like 5 minutes after I was already parked before I could finally change my status. Then I finally got my shower there as well. So that was a pain in the butt. Apparently it's not just a JCT issue either, because I know Sierra England drivers are having the same problem with their Omnitracs units. And one of my friends who used to drive for JCT, actually he was the one who was just trying to call me when I was making that turn over here. He drives for a different carrier, but he has the Omnitracs system as well, I believe, and he was asking me about that same thing. So he's having the same problem on his end too. So it's a system-wide problem. Don't blame it on the company. All right, so I'm hoping that's fixed now. I got a message that next week. All right. Anyway, I think that kind of wraps up everything I really wanted to chit-chat about. And I know it's going to be a little bit longer video for you guys, but I know sometimes you guys like to hear some of the vlogging part. I know from the live videos that I've done in the past, viewership isn't usually so much when I'm driving down the road, but then as soon as the camera is turned to facing me, you know, all of a sudden the viewer number count goes up. So it's kind of weird how that goes. I would think people like to see scenery as well in here talking, but surprisingly, it seems like people like more the camera actually on the driver talking like that. So I guess maybe this might be all right for some of you guys, at least some of you. Maybe not so much for others. Who knows? Everyone has their own taste, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut up and go get checked in. And whatever the next clip is, we'll figure out if I'm docking in or drop hooking or whatever and what time of day it's going to be. We'll give you an update on that, all right? So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, we got a dock door assignment. They're going to be live loading. It's only 2:15, but they already told me to go ahead and dock in. So I'm going to put it in door 23. Wait on this Raider Express guy to get around. It's alright dude, I know you there. I'm not going to run you over. He's about as slow as his truck is, but it's all good. Raider Express trucks are the slowest trucks out here that I know of. Don't know where 23 is. I don't know if it's over here in this section here or over on the other side. Let's take a look. Oh, it's right here. Looks like it's going to be right here by right next to this green and white truck. Okay, he did say leave the doors closed. I don't know if he's guy's away from the door, so I don't know if... Should be enough room for me to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Check. I don't think there's enough room for me to U-turn it there, so let me get turned around. I could do could have done a blind side there, but no need when I can just get turned around and side-sided instead. Although I'm kind of wondering if, because I don't know how much space there's going to be there. I might rather like the idea of blindsided in where I can actually see the see the green and white truck and have a drop trailer on the blind side, then try to side in and have the truck that's sticking out further on my blind side, you know, or where I can't see them, whatever, so, or as easily. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll go ahead and try a regular side setup first. Just I was gonna try to do a U-turn setup there into a side, but that other truck parked over there, I was pretty sure was gonna be a problem for my setup. So try something different. From over here, it kind of looks like there'll be plenty of room for me to set up. I don't know. Way down in the yards, I'm going right there. Forget. If he's going to 24, I mean, if he's going to grab the... I was going to let him go ahead and pull the truck. Oh, he's waiting on me. I was saying, shit, even better if he can pull one out of 24, because that gives me even more room. Don't try to go by me, car. Make sure I was going to stay far away from the green track. Looked like I was going to track too much toward him, but it looked like we're good now. Actually, more than good. Okay, so he did say leave doors closed, but I don't remember saying him saying stay like 5 feet away from the door like this guy is. So I'm not. He has me confused. I don't know if he's done loading and just wait, or maybe they're waiting. I don't know, because these doors look like they're the kind where you leave your doors shut even when you're in the dock door, because this Walmart trailer that's in the door next to me, it's in the dock door and the doors are closed. So I suppose we'll find out pretty soon here. I'm going to probably wait. I got to use the restroom, but I'll probably wait till after. If I start feeling some activity or someone come up to my door telling me pull forward or whatever, or something along that line, probably wait till then. But everything I can, from what I thought I heard on the phone and what I'm seeing here tells me dock in with the doors closed. So just this guy over here has me confused. That's it. So, all right. Whatever the case, I'll have. We'll press on this when it's time to dock out. All right. Pull forward and close it.
Yeah, so I can see you.
Okay. Alright guys, we're all done loading here. It's 3:23 it looks like in the evening. I'm going to go ahead and, he said, back into the, or well not necessarily back in, just find anywhere to park. And they'll give me a call when the bills are ready. So I'm going to turn this direction so I can point my trailer out one of those openings over there. Oh, and by the way, you do dock in with the doors open. So yeah, the way that green guy was is actually the right way. Come on, dude. I want to back up, but that guy's right in my path. There he is. Okay, now I see him. Into this spot here and we'll wait. Alright, so right before this guy told me to pull out of the dock door, I was on Facebook because I just finished editing that Walmart video, and I started to get on Facebook, and I saw someone talk about how he was a 6-year experienced driver just like me, and he started, I guess he ended up with being an instructor at some California Truck Driving Academy. And it's like, oh, I know that company because they're based in Fontana. And he even said they're in Fontana, and I've seen them around quite a bit there because I got my own CDL from Sierra England affiliated school based in Fontana, which now moved to Colton. But anyway, he said he was kind of talking shit about the company, about how they were, how the school was teaching them the 90-degree alley dock, and he thought the school was being stupid for teaching them that. Like, dude, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. The California DMV is the one that dictates what you get tested on for your CDL test, and California is one of the few states where you actually are required to test on the 90-degree alley dock. The way they really do it is about half of the people do the 90-degree alley dock and the other half do the parallel parking. Everybody does straight back, everybody does offset backing, but it's 50-50 between doing the parallel parking and the 90-degree alley dock. Or at least that's what it was when I went to CDL school, and I'm pretty sure it's the same still today. So, and the CDL schools are generally tailored toward just teaching per whatever the DMV standards are. Or they're mainly focused on getting you your CDL in your hand. What do you need to know that'll get that CDL in your hand? And then everything else that you can learn gets taught after you're with your first company or something, is how it tends to work here in the industry. So I think the guy's out of his mind with that, but yeah, he did say he went back to OTR. It's all right. Hey, if you're more happy doing OTR than teaching students, then so be it. I'm not going to fault them for that, but don't sit there and fault the CDL school for teaching stuff that they're required to teach. Come on, people. All right, we'll hang out here until we get the call about the bills being ready, and we'll head out of here. Alright guys, we are done and ready to go.
A new message has arrived.
What just came in?
A new message has arrived.
Oh, fuel surcharge info. Wow, went up to 64 cents a gallon, huh? I mean, a mile, huh? Probably an adjustment from the... Alright, I need to do a U-turn, but I have two problems here. I got tail swing that I'm gonna have to worry about with this guy and this overland guy over here by the fence line. It looks like he's about ready to dock in, and he's gonna pull away, which could give me a little bit more room to work with. So, thought about going out that way and coming around. It looks like there's enough room to do a U-turn now. Yeah, overland's backing out now, so let's figure out what he's gonna do first, and also figure out where this green and white guy, this W900 driver, is gonna do. I'm ready to roll, but I'm playing bike guessing games what people are doing. This guy looks like he's gonna nose into this spot next to me, so yeah. Oh, come on. Now Hirschbach's coming into the lot. I gotta figure out what the hell he's doing next. Alright, fuel surcharge for this week, 62 cents a mile. Alright, yeah, Hirschbach's coming out, so I'm going straight through, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a regular U-turn over here. Safest way to get out of here. I'm not gonna sit here and watch a whole bunch of people do cock block me from even getting out of the damn parking lot. Alright, so this load, as I mentioned, is going to Sparks, Nevada, to the Walmart distribution center over there. It's otherwise known as McCarran. In fact, the lady in there who gave me my bills got a little bit confused because I had said Sparks, but I guess on her end it said McCarran. So, yeah, so I take it she's not too familiar yet. I don't think she's been working there too long. If she doesn't know where Sparks, Nevada is, or McCarran, or that it is a facility that drivers go to. So, kind of those names are used colloquially for that part of the Reno area. Route I'm going to take to there, well, actually I'm going to scale the load first. It does not appear to be a very heavy load. It's only 24,000 pounds, at least on the build weight. But it was loaded all the way to the very back. So I want to see how the truck performs on the way out of here to see if it jives with a 24,000 pound load or if it feels heavier. So far it feels okay there, so chances are it's fine. I will probably go ahead and stop at one of the truck stops in the Rochelle area and scale it out just to be sure. And I do need to send my my loaded call, which I intentionally did not do because I want to scale it first. But I'm pretty sure now that it really is as light as it says it is. So yeah, we're gonna we say stop in Rochelle, scale it, and then head just a tad further on like one exit past that, I think it is. And we'll get on I-88 westbound, and that'll take us into the Quad City area. Quad City being Davenport, Moline, Rock Island, and I always forget what that fourth one is. Right there where the Illinois and Indiana, not Illinois and Indiana, Illinois and Iowa borders are. Where I-80 is. Where I-80 and kind of where I-88 also is. I'm 1,845 miles out from Sparks. I've already driven 165 or so, 173. So no matter what, I'm going to plan on taking 4 shifts to get over there. I don't need to run very far at all to make a very easy time for the next 3 shifts. So tentatively, I will probably might end my shift at the world's biggest truck stop, the Iowa 80 truck stop, there in Walcott, Iowa. That's just west of Quad City. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up because the more miles I run today, the more hours I have that'll come back and recaps earlier next week. Whereas, let's just say if I shut down with only, let's say with 3 hours on my clock, when I could run out my clock, I got just under 8 hours to work with right now without even stopping. And yeah, it would put me right up by about midnight, but I don't do showing up at truck stops at midnight unless they're larger truck stops like the Iowa 80 truck stop. I don't like having to worry about whether I'm going to find a place to park when I don't need to, especially when I'm already close enough where 1,845 miles, that's only, that's not even 620, that's only 615 miles per shift, even if I were to start right here and just run 3 legs. So, I don't much care. I mean, it'd be nice. There's just kind of things going across my mind. That way, those of you guys who are might be not so experienced truckers can kind of get into my mind and get a better understanding of what thoughts go across my head and what decisions I make based on those thoughts and why. Yeah, ideally though, I'd like to be able to run a full shift. And it's great for recaps, yeah, because let's say if I have 8 hours I can run, but I only run 4, then I'm leaving 4 hours not available for future load. I don't know who has a green, so okay, these guys just got a yellow, but I think this Nissan right in the Frontier or whatever he is might get the green right before me. So yeah, I was right. So that's why I didn't want to go, because I wanted to make sure I knew who had what right away. Never assume that it's the traffic to your left. I see truckers do that. Actually, truckers and 4-wheelers do it a lot, where they're always just looking left. They don't pay any attention to the fact that there's left turn lane traffic in front of them that might end up getting a green arrow before they get to legally go. So I've had people pull out in front of me because they're not watching me, and I'm the one who has the right of way because they're looking left instead of ahead. Make sure you know the situation, all right? Don't go make any kind of right on red, no matter what you're driving, unless you're absolutely certain you know who has the what right of way and who's actually going to stop or yield or whatever. All right, so yeah, we'll take US 20 straight across over to I-39 and go not so far. It's only like a 20-mile trip, I think, if I remember right, from Americold to the truck stops in Rochelle. So I'll stop over there, scale my load, swap out SD cards and all that kind of good stuff, and call that one a day. Had plenty of content to talk about there when we first showed up there, so I'm interested in trying to keep this reasonably short for you guys. And since you already have an idea, I'm basically going to take I-88 across from Rochelle over to Quad City, and then I'll take I-80 from there all the way to Sparks. Very simple route. So that's what we have in store. Alright, so otherwise I will probably see you guys on the next one in Sparks, Nevada, okay? You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging out and watching, and we'll see you in Sparks. See ya.